Wilson. And number 28, Cindy Schaefer. Broadcasted up by head coach John Hawks. And now it's time to meet today's starting lineup for your SFU Red Leagues. We begin with number 4, Elise Poultry. Number 5, Kate Smith. Number 6, Alyssa Clark. Number 9, Kira Scott. Number 11, Abby Simpson. Number 12, Eve Lafontaine. Number 16, Caitlin Magdalensky. Number 17, Peyton Sherwood. Number 19, Sarah Caravana. Number 23, Sophia Primo. And today's starting goalkeeper, number 26, Sarah Lou. And with the Red Leagues, Carla Basso. And now, soccer fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are one please for the Wildcats for the playing of the American and Canadian national anthems. And now, without any further ado, it is time to get down to business. From Terry Fox Studio, it is the Central Washington Wildcats. It is your Simon Fraser University Red Leagues. Soccer fans, here we go!
Welcome to the GNAC Network for a matchup between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and the Central Washington Wildcats here at Terry Fox Field. Central Washington trying to keep their head in the game here and get back to getting in the winning column as they're coming off a 1-0 loss to Seattle Pacific. The Red Leafs, on the other hand, they're trying to continue their success, 8-0-2 overall, 5-0-1 in conference play. Central Washington is 3-3-3 overall and 1-3-2 in conference play. Central Washington with possession first here. I'll move that to the right wing. Didn't like the looks of that. They will play that back to their back line and try to get set here. It's Bauman with it. Red Leafs doing a good job taking away any passing lanes here, and will be forced to play that long, but it's a great pass onto the left wing. Schaefer, one-on-one, finds some space, gets the ball into the middle of the field, and crossing attempt there is too long. It'll be out for a goal kick. Casey Park had a little bit of space to work with there and looked for a teammate, could not find her. Here's Simpson for the Red Leafs along the sideline. Breaks inside. Puts a nice pass on to Magdalensky. Magdalensky trying to body off her defender, but was taken away, but the ball goes on to Sherwood. Here's Sherwood in the corner. Sherwood plays that into the middle of the box, and that's cleared out of danger. Ball bounces around just outside of the box. Simpson wins that battle. Simpson on to Sherwood in behind. Here's Sherwood back into the middle on to Caravata, and that is played out, and that'll be a goal kick here this time for the Wildcats. Galbraith will play that long. Ball batted around and back to the Wildcats here. They get to midfield. Here they come again on the attack, and that attempt was cleared away, but given right back. Now here's Vermo. Throwing that back to Smith. Smith with lots of time, puts that to the middle of the field, trying to get that on to Magdalensky. She's going to battle for the ball, and heads up play there. Gilbraith took that away, cleared that out of danger as Magdalensky was running onto it. Riley's back with it, though. Here's some space on the wing for Clark. Clark putting that to the middle of the box, and again headed away. Ball batted around here, battle for it. And that'll be cleared eventually by the Wildcats. Now here's Clark. Clark to the wing to Beaudry. Again to Clark. Tries to work a little give and go play there with Beaudry, and ball chipped too long. Ideal conditions here at Terry Fox Field today for this matchup. Our game last Saturday, which was a 4-1 Red Leafs win over the Western Oregon Wolves, was foggy to say the least. You can see the field clearly tonight. Now here's Magdalensky. She finds Sherwood. Sherwood back to the middle. Scores! Sarah Caravata. What a pass by Sherwood, her 11th assist on the season. Caravata puts her 4th of the year home, and the Red Leafs are up. Not even 5 minutes into this one. Great ball movement by the Red Leafs, and Sherwood, who has been so good along the right wing this year, speeds by her defender into space, and a beautiful cross right into the box, and Caravata makes absolutely no mistake putting that home. Caravata had 2 on Saturday. Got a little bit of a goal streak going here early on, or in the last 2 games, rather.
Red Leafs goal! Her 4th of the season, scored by number 19, Sarah Caravata.
Now here come the Wildcats looking to answer. A little miscommunication there. Beaudry gets in front of that pass. Now Clark's going to go the other way. Here's a beautiful through ball. Onto it with speed, with a little bit of space, trying to cut to the middle, and that was cleared away just in time. But that will be out for a corner kick. That was Kira Scott with the opportunity. Scott, a team leading 7 goals on the season, always dangerous. Corner, played to the near post. That's going to be punched out of danger. Played by Gilberth there. Now here's LaFontaine. To the wing to Clark. Clark again shipping that into the middle, and Scott will take a swipe at that, and that'll go on harmlessly. Gilbreth will clear that away. As the ball's played deep into Redley's territory there, Abby Simpson forced to play that out of play. Madison throws it in. So Madison tried to work to the middle. Nice little move to get free. Madison works to the middle, and she's closed off. Good play by Magdalinsky to take that away. Passing attempt taken away there, and Red Leafs will work that back around their back line and play that all the way to Sarah Lowen here. Lowen will play that to Clark. Now Lowen back with it. Lowen onto LaFontaine. To the middle for Magdalinsky. Magdalinsky under pressure here. Nice little move to get free, but then loses it. Ball played to Clark. She'll clear that away to Sherwood. Now here's Sherwood. Has Caravata streaking in the middle. Sherwood elects to cut to the middle. She's got some space now. Puts that onto the middle and just a little too short. Good cutoff there by the back line of the Wildcats. Looked like Kira Scott there cutting to the middle free. Clark back with it. On to Scott. Back to Clark. Here's LaFontaine. To the right wing to Sherwood. Plays that off quickly to Simpson. Simpson. Nice pass to Magdalinsky. Just a little too long. Right idea, though. Red Leafs moving the ball quickly and efficiently so far. Have been able to find space quite often here in the first almost 10 minutes of play. Here's Simpson to throw in. Back to LaFontaine. To Simpson. To the middle. Magdalensky. Outside in move. Here's Magdalensky with some space. Oh, and spotted Sherwood cutting down the right wing. She had a step, but again, I think that was Madison who cut that off just in time. Good play by Sydney Madison. I hear Scott. That pass intercepted. Scott gets it back, though, and will recollect. Here's Faramo. Just elect to play that back to Lowen. Fairmill goes long, and here's Sherwood with some space. Sherwood and flag's going to go up there. Referee's going to say Sherwood was a little too early there. Galbraith will take the free kick here. Knock that deep into Redleaf's territory. Ball headed around onto the left wing. Here's a little bit of space. Ball played into the middle, and Clark gets in the way of that one. We'll play that just short of midfield. Now Magdalensky will battle for it. Now Clark with it. Try to play that to Scott. He tried a little back heel to get free, but to no avail. Now Galbraith. Ball poked free. Here are the Wildcats on the right wing. And that crossing attempt is played well wide of the net, out for a goal kick for Sarah Lowen. Magdalensky's touch to Simpson too far. Sydney Madison will throw in here. Madison will throw that into traffic, battle for it. Simpson will kick that out to Magdalensky. The nice touch on the wing, and too far for Sherwood, out again. Ball played to the middle of the field. Onto the right wing. Trying to get some space here, and we'll play that to the near post, but intercepted by Kate Smith. Always stout on the back end for the Red Leafs. Now here's Clark. Onto the wing. Nice little step over move, cutting to the middle of the field and looking for Sherwood. Ball knocked out again. Sydney Madison on the case once again. Excellent play by Kira Scott to almost get a teammate free there. Alyssa Clark will take the corner kick again. Clark plays that to the near post, headed, knocked around, battle for it, and Galbraith came away with that one. Good chance for the Red Leafs to extend their lead. Dangerous opportunity. Now the other way. Ball taken away there. Jaylee Reynolds was trying to work through two Red Leafs defenders. It was a good look. Could not get through. Faramo to Magdalinski and played behind. Out for a throw again. Sidney Madison will throw that in. Here's Fast. To Wilson. Wilson plays that to the middle. Faramo intercepts that and will knock that all the way back. Downfield and out for another throw. Now here's Scott to the middle to Magdalinski. Back to Faramo with time. To LaFontaine. Back to Lowen. Here's Scott going for a bit of a run and was looking for Beaudry going down the left wing. Intercepted, and then Wildcats almost had numbers the other way, but excellent anticipation by goalkeeper Sarah Lowen to clear that out of trouble. Wildcats back with it. They'll play that into the box. Here's some space. Here's the drive. What a save by Sarah Lowen! Dangerous opportunity. That was almost, we almost had a tie game. Red Leafs the other way. Here's Kira Scott. Chasing on. In, outside in, move back to the middle. Caravada, and just poked away in time. Great play by the keepers at both ends of the field. Galbraith just got her fingers on that one. Poked that away. Caravada almost had her second. Now here's Magdalinski, and Sidney Madison got onto that one. Now down the left wing, here's Schaefer. Schaefer with some speed. Being chased by Simpson. Gets that to the middle. Working again to the middle and taken away and cleared down again. Wildcats starting to find some room offensively here. Didn't look very dangerous for the first 10 minutes, but for the last about 7 to 8, they have looked very good, almost getting the equalizer. Madison to throw in. Has a teammate wide open. And Park with the drive. That's going to go well long and out for a goal kick. Galbraith back with it here. She'll pick that one up. 26-26 to go here. And a little miscommunication. And here's Sherwood with some speed. Sherwood onto the wing. Sherwood tried to play that into the middle. No one home. Ball played out here for a throw. Simpson will throw in for the Red Leafs. Find Faramo. Back to LaFontaine. LaFontaine spins under pressure and just throws that back to Lowen. Lowen will find Kate Smith. Smith. On to Clark. Back to Beaudry. She'll chip that through to Scott. Here's Scott. Another one-on-one opportunity. Scott. Same move, gets free. Here's some space for Kira Scott. Scott onto the middle. Played. Scores! Caden Sherwood puts that in. What a play by Kira Scott to get free and find teammate Caden Sherwood for her second of the season. Usually it's the other way around for the Red Leafs. Usually it's Sherwood to Scott, but they flip things that time and they get on the scoreboard 2-0. Kira Scott getting through on that outside-in step over for the second time tonight. And as she played that into the box, that deflected off Magdalinsky's foot right on to Caden Sherwood. Radley's in command here early on.
Leafs goal! Her second of the season, scored by number 17, Caden Sherwood. The assist to number 16, Caitlin Magdalinsky. And to number 9, Kira Scott.
Here's Caravata. On to Simpson. To Magdalinsky. Under pressure but gets away. We'll play that on to Alyssa Clark. Now here's Simpson. She cuts to the middle of the field. Finds Magdalinsky. To Clark with lots of room to work with. Here's Clark. To Beaudry. Had that knocked away, but right back to Clark, and Clark played that out of bounds. Be a throw in here for the Wildcats. SFU back with it. LaFontaine. To Smith. Didn't like the looks of things. Put that back to Sarah Lowen. Lowen to LaFontaine. Now here's Simpson. Caravata beautifully onto Sherwood, and play wouldn't have stood anyways. The flag went up. Pass was too long as well. Galbraith will play it. Battle for it. Radley's with it. Back to the Wildcats. And Fairmill will come away with that and just clear that to midfield. And centering pass there, taken away and played out of play. Be a throw in here, deep in Redley's territory. Here's Madison. Nice touch on that throw. And ball played out for a goal kick here. Jaylee Reynolds was trying to get away free to the net there, but was closed off.
Red Leaf substitution made. Coming into the game, number 10, Jensa Napier-Ganley. Going in for number 9, Kara Scott.
Kira Scott checks out. Excellent start to the game for Kira. Jensa Napier-Ganley will check in for the Red Leafs here. Just over 20 to play here in half number 1. Here come the Wildcats, little space. Ball taken away, looked like they had some room to work in the middle of the field. Good job by SFU's midfield to get back there. Ball turned over here, and here comes Simpson. Simpson. Excellent chip onto Sherwood, who plays that to the middle, but Faramo was too far outside. Ball taken away, and Wildcats will throw in. And as they do, a couple of substitutions here.
Central Washington substitutions being made. Coming into the game, number 13, Cam Sheets. Going in for number 28, Sadie Schaefer. The second substitution, coming in at number 10, Carmen Anderson. Going in for number 18, Olivia Fast.
Anderson and Sheets will check in here for the Wildcats. Beautiful back heel by Caravata. And now here's Faramo with the drive. Scores! That one cuffed Galbraith, and it is 3-0 Red Leafs here. What a pass by Sarah Caravata. Touch of class to set up Sophia Faramo, who drives that towards the corner, and Galbraith looked like she got in the way of it, but slightly mishandled it. Unfortunate bounce, and Red Leafs are up by 3.
Red Leafs goal! Her second of the season. Scored by number 23, Sophia Faramo. The assist to number 19, Sarah Caravata.
It's Faramo's second of the season. The Red Leafs are in command, but the Wildcats, they're looking to cut into this lead. Here's a centering pass onto the midpoint of the box, and so Wildcat shaken up. One up for that one and fell hard. Looks to be okay. That was Cam Sheets, who had just checked in. She'll step off to the sideline. Hopefully she's okay. It's going up for the header there and took a little bit of a tumble. Back underway here. Here's Magdalinsky. On to Sherwood with plenty of space along the right wing. Here's Sherwood. Cuts back to the middle. Sherwood. And her passing attempt was taken away and played out of bounds. Or at least we'll throw in here. But not before they make another substitution. Faramo, who just scored, will check out.
SFU substitution coming into the game, number 18, Chelsea Brock. Going in for number 23, Sophia Faramo.
Faramo out, Croc in. Here is Croc battling for the ball in the box. It's taken away, back to Caravata. Caravata will play that to the midpoint of the box and almost mishandled again, but recovered was Galbraith. Galbraith will play that long. Our referee did not like Caitlin Magdalinsky's challenge there. Will be a free kick. Ball played out of bounds. Red Leafs will throw in.
SFU substitution going in number 20, Francesca Rowan. Going in for number 4, Elise Beaubray.
Francesca Rowan will check in for Elise Beaudry. Here's Sarah Lowen to Eve LaFontaine. And a little miscommunication there. Ball played out. Sydney Madison will throw in. Ball headed around here, battle for it. Wildcats will come away with that and then try to play that on. It was deflected off a red leaf and out for a corner. Ball played into the middle of the box and couldn't quite get towards the net. Red Leafs will clear that out of danger for now. Madison will throw in. Again, cleared away by the Red Leafs. Wildcats will throw in once again. And play whistled down as a Chelsea Croc challenge. Not to the referee's liking. Ball played into the box. Here's a step. Here's a drive and just high. There's Carmen Anderson with the opportunity for goal. Just over the crossbar. One of two excellent chances for the Wildcats so far in the first half. Unable to capitalize on either, and one of the reasons they find themselves down 3.
Central Washington substitution coming into the game, number 3, Haley Engstrom. Going in for number 6, Kelsey Fulton.
Engstrom will check in here for Central Washington's back line. And now here's a good opportunity to go for goal. Free kick, mere feet out of the top of the box here. And that's played just over the bar. Good take there. Again, just a bit high. Emma Barrett there with the opportunity. Lowen will play that in the middle between two Red Leafs, and Wildcats will get on the attack, but they will play that long, and there'll be another goal kick here. 9 minutes to go in half number 1. Great little run along the left wing here, crossing that into the middle of the box, and Alyssa Clark got back to take that away, but the ball still not cleared. Here's another opportunity, and here's another drive blocked again, and Caden Sherwood will smartly clear that out of bounds for a corner. Ball played into the middle of the box and again headed out of play. Another corner kick from the same spot. Ball played again, middle of the box, and driven up. Battle for it again. Little scramble here, and it'll be cleared away by the Red Leafs. Ball played just short of midfield. Wildcats look to get back on the attack here. Madison and Simpson collide. Ball will fall on here to make Delinsky along the left wing, but she has that poked away. Wildcats again will throw it in and try to get on the attack here. Here's some space. Drive on, and again, excellent save by Lowen. Jaylee Reynolds with another opportunity there. Sarah Lowen strung to the task. Jaylee Reynolds leading Central Washington in goals this season with 4 over 9 games. And here's a turnover. Again, Wildcats pressing. Ball cleared to midfield, but Wildcats back on it. Ball crossed on and again hit away. Wildcats having a very strong finish here to the first half, where they find themselves down 3-0. Now here come the Red Leafs. Ball on to Sherwood. She'll have to settle this one down in the corner, and flag goes up. It will be offside. Galbraith will play that free kick off a teammate and out of bounds. And Napier Ganley plays that out of bounds. Gets it right back and we'll put that on to Kroc. Back to Clark. Now here's Lowen. LaFontaine. And ball intercepted, but again played past that back line for another goal kick. Magdalinsky out for the Red Leafs. Hagedorn in here. Here's Clark. On to Napier-Ganley. Her pass intercepted, but played out of bounds. Red Leafs will press again. Here's Simpson joining the attack. Battle for the ball and again cleared away. Simpson. Caravetta. Back to Simpson. Plays that right on and easily caught by Galbraith. Played to midfield. Here's Madison. On to the middle and excellent stout defense played by Eve LaFontaine to thwart that opportunity and cleared away.
One minute remaining in the first half.
Now here's a turnover and an opportunity. 1 minute to go here in the first half, and nothing comes of that chance as the ball's played out for another goal kick. Good job by the Red Leafs to get back and cut out that opportunity. Just 10 seconds to go. Last opportunity here. Cross is short. That'll be cleared out of danger. And that's going to do it for the first half. All Red Leafs early on here. 3-0 over the Central Washington Wildcats. We will see what the second half has to hold after this one in about 14 minutes here on the GNAC Network. Welcome back to the GNAC Network for the second half between the Simon Fraser Red Leafs and the Central Washington Wildcats. Central Washington, they're going to try to keep their head in the game here, down by 3. It's really now or never for them to get back in this one. They'll try to build on their strong finish to the first half. For the Red Leafs, they'll look to stick to the status quo as their attackers have been breaking free early and often on their way to a big lead. We're back underway here. See if the Wildcats can get back on the board here and have a comeback for the ages. Here's Beaudry to throw in. Throw into Kier Scott. Scott. Tangled up there. Ball pops free and is played out. No call as Scott was tied up with Carmen Anderson. Referee letting the players play. Now here's Scott. Caravata. Back to Clark. Kate Smith. Smith. On to Caravata. Caravata had a beautiful assist in the first half off of a cheeky back heel. Here they come, the attack. Caravata again. Beautiful pass. Here's Sherwood, and the flag's up as she had a step. Caravata showing off her playmaking skills again. Sherwood was looking for her second of the night. And playing that one is Layden Mange, who is checking in goal for the second half, taking over for Danica Galbraith. Here's a cross on that's closed off again by the Red Leafs back line. Battled for the ball at midfield now, as it was cleared. Here's Derry. On to the middle to Park. Back to the wing for Fulton. Here's Park. On into the middle, looking for Barrett. That was taken away. Ball played back to Lowen. She'll clear that short of midfield. And another turnover. Ball headed around and eventually played to Lowen here, who will smother that one. And that's a dangerous play that the Red Leafs got away with, almost giving that to the Wildcats with a step and numbers. Wildcats all over SFU early here. Ball thrown in. Headed around and out there by Elise Beaudry. Here's Derry to throw that in. Headed out of bounds, so it will be a goal kick here for Lowen. Red Leafs trying to get out of their own end. They will. Magdalinski. On to Sherwood again with some space, and flag going up again. And looks like Sherwood got a yellow there for playing the ball after the flag went up in frustration. So here come the Wildcats with some space. Nice pass on to the middle. Gonna try and get that to the wing. It was deflected, but still on. Here's an opportunity and closed off again. Good play by Faramo to get back. Here's Caravata. Had Scott with some space, but stepping in front of that one were the Wildcats. And all that space the Red Leafs had early in the first half is vanished for the most part here to start the second half. Oh, here's Clark. That's taken away again. Played over to the left wing. And kept in for a moment, but that will roll past the back line. And they're actually going to say it went out of bounds before that, so throw in here for the Wildcats. Now here's Scott. To Clark. Excellent pass on to Beaudry. Beaudry. Nice touch to the middle to Scott. Scott along the left wing. Has to settle it down. One-on-one with the defender. Step through again. That's been working all night to the middle, and Menge will step in front of that crossing opportunity. Scott has worked that right foot step over onto her left foot to gain space 3 separate times now. Has worked each time. Now here's Caitlin Magdalinski creating a turnover. Other way here for SFU. And again was trying to find Sherwood, but looked like Madison stepped in front of that one. Now on the left wing. Breaking free to the middle. Playing that one on, and Lowen gets in the way of that. As it bounced on towards her. Now she'll push her teammates forward. She'll roll that short. Magdalinski. On to Sherwood. This time she's on. And oh, she's not. I stand corrected. And looking at the replay here, looks like she definitely was onside, but I'm not a referee. Ball play back to Lowen. And now here's a bad turnover. Here's an opportunity. What a save by Lowen. Rebound, and she gets on it. Spectacular save by Sarah Lowen, sticking out her left leg. Now here's a break for Beaudry the other way. Beaudry cuts into the middle. Beaudry with a drive, and that was deflected. And Menge made a good save there. Both goalkeepers having strong starts to the second half. Here are the Wildcats pressing again. Long pass deflected and cleared away by Beaudry. Now here's a beautiful run and a drive, and that's put just long. Michael Carbon with a great play there.
Second half substitutions being made by Central Washington. Into the game, number 28, Cindy Schaefer. Going in for number 21, Jaylee Reynolds. The second substitution coming in number 18, Olivia Fast. For number 12, Emma Barrett.
Now here's Scott. Scott with the left foot drives that, and just high. Good job by Scott out muscling a defender to get a shot on there. Now here come the Wildcats. Fulton cuts to the middle, hesitates, back to her right foot, on to Schaefer. Schaefer. And Beaudry outmuscles her, takes that away. We'll play that back to Faramo, who takes care of business and will clear that past midfield. Wildcats back with it, though. Now here's a bounce on for the Wildcats. Ball played to the middle of the box and cleared smartly away by Kate Smith. Corner kick here for the Wildcats. Desperately trying to cut into this 3-goal deficit. Ball played onto the near post, headed away by Beaudry. Wildcats will get possession back here. Trying to play that out, and Beaudry again in the way. Plays that just short of midfield and back in Wildcat possession. That ball poked free and covered by Lowen, and slow to get to her feet. was Carmen Anderson. She looks to be okay. Lowen will roll that to her left to Kate Smith. Here's Smith. Smith going long. Beaudry away with space. Here's Beaudry. Beaudry cuts back. Individual effort into the box, but has that closed away. Good effort by Beaudry there. Better effort by the Wildcats back line.
Central Washington substitution. Coming into the game, number 4, Gianna Doucette. Going in for number 10, Carmen Anderson.
Ball thrown in and headed out of bounds by Schaefer. Red Leafs will be back on it here. Beaudry will throw in. And thrown into Scott, who makes a pass that goes right back to the Wildcats. Wildcats looking for a long ball here, but that's taken away by Smith. Now here's Clark. Trying to get that to Scott in behind. Scott is in behind. Here's Scott on her right foot. What a save. Rebound, and Menge covers up. Excellent save. Scott was looking for number 9. It was an incredible pass by Alyssa Clark. Right on the money. Scott does not miss those often. Now here's Simpson. Ball played long. Sherwood trying to run onto it. She will. Sherwood. Crossed that on and closed off once again. Now battling for it and taken away again. Back line of the Wildcats much improved here in the second half. Here's Smith. On to Magdalinski. Had that poked away. Wildcats back on it on the counter. And Alyssa Clark takes away that counter opportunity and plays that to midfield. Play whistled down. Red Leafs will have a free kick. .26 to go, and despite a 3-goal lead here for the Red Leafs, we have a back and forth second half. Still exciting action going on here. Here's Clark. Back to McAdam. Ball goes out for an SFU throw.
For Central Washington University, coming in number 25, Taylor Mills. for number 6, Kelsey Fulton. The second CWU substitution coming in number 10, Carmen Anderson, for number 24, Casey Park. SFU substitution coming onto the field, number 22, Isabella Santuiani. Going in for number 5, Kate Smith.
And flag up again. Red Leafs will throw it in. Here's Central Washington. Playing that along the left wing. Cutting to the middle. Playing that on and taken away by Faramo. Now here's Caravata. Caravata with it. Boxing out, has that taken away, but she'll throw it right back in here. .24 to go here in half number 2. Nice little passing play. Here's some space. Trying to get that to the middle and will be cleared away for a corner. Clark will play that to Beaudry. Beaudry. With it, her passing opportunity was deflected, went back onto her. Now ball played into the box and flag goes off for offside.
Central Washington substitution coming in number 21, Jamie Reynolds. Going in for number 30.
Simpson plays that to Sherwood. And that'll be out of bounds, and Central Washington will throw that in.
Substitution coming in number 3, Haley Engstrom.
Here's Lowen with it. That's intercepted. Here's Kira Scott. Scott. On to Magdalinsky, who tried to spin and get away, but that was taken off the foot. Beaudry on to Caravada. Played all the way back to McAdam. Ball thrown in. Here's Caravada. To Sherwood, streaking down the right wing. Here's Sherwood. Onto the middle. Scott. What a save again by Mange. Mange has been so good in the second half. 3 point-blank opportunities that she has robbed SFU attackers of. All right, loose the other way again. Here's Magdalinski in behind with the step. Tried to cut back and had that taken away. Looked like Bauman got back there to deflect that away. It's Beaudry. Back to McAdam, who plays that to midfield. Now a through ball, intercepted by Santiani. Now turnover by Beaudry. Central Washington on, and a dangerous try from the wing that Sarah Lowen will punch away. That one curled and lowered at the perfect time. Gianna Doucette. Testing Lowen there. Will be out here for a corner. Ball played into the middle of the box. Fight for it here. Central Washington will come away with it, and ball will be played back here for a goal kick. And we got a line change here for Central Washington.
Both teams beginning with Central Washington coming in number 29, Ava Shiflett, going in for number 4, Gianna Doucette. Number 12 coming in for Central Washington, Emma Barrett, for number 25, Taylor Mills. Additional substitution for the Wildcats coming in number 22, Bailey Bushnell, going in for number 5, Lady Gary. As well as number 6 coming in, Kelsey Fulton, for number 10, Carmen Anderson. And completing the Central Washington substitutions coming in number 24, Casey Park, for number 18, Olivia Fast. SFU substitution coming in number 18, Chelsea Kropp. Going in for number 16.
Now here's Sherwood along the right wing again. Sherwood onto the middle, and crossing attempt is knocked out of bounds for a corner. Another corner here for SFU with 16:25 to go. Ball played to the near post, batted around. And Central Washington comes away with that and will clear that past midfield. SFU will throw it in. Caravada. And Simpson will throw again to Caravada. Here's Caravada. Back to Santiani. Beautiful pass on to Beaudry. Here's Beaudry. Slows down. Plays that into the box. And that was punched out just in time. But it's back to Scott. Scott with the drive. And again, strong to the task is Menge. Leighton Menge has stepped in here in the second half for the Wildcats and has been phenomenal. Now here's another chance. Sherwood is... Ball goes in, but flag is up. Sherwood's slow to get to her feet, but she's okay. Really interesting piece was written about Caden Sherwood on sfuathletics.ca. If you want to check out more about these athletes, go to your program's athletics page. Oh, here's Beaudry. Santoyani to Scott. Back to Caravada. To Faramo. Faramo making two defenders miss. Plays that to the wing to Sherwood. Sherwood with lots of time. Plays that to Simpson. Here's Simpson. On to Kroc. Kroc gets a drive, and that's going to be well wide.
Pair of SFU substitutions coming in number 12. Evna Fontaine going in for number 11, Abby Simpson. The second substitution coming in number 16, Caitlin Magdalensky. Going in for number 17, Caden Sherwood.
Here's Clark. On to Kroc. Faramo. Faramo with the drive, and that was deflected, and Menge will smother that. Ball back to McAdam. Misplays that, and along come the Wildcats, and makes up for her mistake there, and boxes out Schaefer.
Central Washington substitution coming in number 30, going in for number 21, Jamie Reynolds.
Now here's Clark. Caravada. Miscommunication there, pass intercepted. Here's some room from the Wildcats, and Faramo again takes that away. Physical challenge, no call. Clark loses it. And as she tried to recover, referee didn't like that challenge. We'll have a free kick here.
Central Washington substitution coming in number 10, Carmen Anderson. For number 12, Emma Barrett.
Anderson will take this free kick for the Wildcats. Under 10 minutes to go. Wildcats look to get on the board. Anderson plays that into the middle of a wall of SFU defenders, and they will easily clear that away. Here's Magdalensky. Taken down. No call, and then ball played out of bounds for a central throw-in. Now Central plays the ball out of bounds. Here's SFU on the attack. Cutting back. Plays that to the middle and just long. Ball back to Faramo. That was blocked and then deflected off an official, and play will be whistled down. Now here's Kroc trying to break free. Two defenders swarm her, but the ball will deflect on. Nice little give and go. Here's Clark. LaFontaine. Go long. Here is Magdalensky. Playing that onto the middle, and another drive stopped by Menge. Sarah Caravata looking for her second of the night. Here's Clark to Scott. Scott with the step. Scott plays that to the far post, and it's just wide. Looked like she was hesitating to make a pass, but almost caught Menge by surprise.
Substitutions being made by both teams. We'll start with the four SFU substitutions coming into the game. Number 20, Francesca Rowan going in for number 4, Elise Bowring. The second SFU substitution coming in number 15, Jada Hagedorn. Going in for number 9, Kira Scott. Third SFU substitution coming in number 26, Gemma Dumas. Going in for number 19, Sarah Caravata. And number 27 coming into the game, Maya Jones. Going in for number 23, Sophia Farimo. Central Washington substitution coming in number 25, Taylor Mills. Going in for number 6, Kelsey Fulton.
Good job, ball person down there. Who's down there?
Here's Clark. Her pass headed away. And now here's Schaefer. Now ball batted around and eventually put on to Sarah Lowen, who makes another save. Lowen has had to make a couple of phenomenal saves today. Croc onto the wing. Now SFU trying to play that long, get in behind again. Ball played out. Throw in here. Here come the Wildcats. There's Clark. To the wing. Ball knocked out again. Magdalensky will throw it in. Ball cleared out of bounds again. And flag up for offside there. So this game starts to come to a close. What a good game between both teams. Back and forth action all game. Lots of opportunities. Some great goalkeeping. Just an excellent game tonight. Rowan will throw in. Here's Croc. Having to throw that back to LaFontaine. Back to Santiani. Santiani goes long. Intercepted. Here's Magdalensky. Wildcats breaking through here for one last chance. Ball played on and intercepted by Santiani. Radleys will clear that just short of midfield. Now here's an opportunity, and Lowen will anticipate that and
1 minute remaining in the second half.
take that away. Final minute of play here. With this win, SFU is now going to be 6-0-1 in conference play, 9-0-2 overall. What a season they're having so far. Wildcats will slide to 1-4-2 in conference play and 3-4-3 overall. And as the ball is headed around and played on to Rowan, that's going to do it here at Terry Fox Field.
Here on Terry Fox Field, tonight's winners, your SFU Red Leafs by 3.
What a win for the Red Leafs. In a great back and forth game. Both goalkeepers played excellent, had some excellent display of skill on the offensive end for the Red Leafs. They get out of this one with a big win. Excellent effort by the Wildcats despite the loss, and thank you for tuning in to the GNAC Network. Thanks to the broadcast team for making this possible, and a great effort by all players. We will see you next time here on Saturday. Thank you for joining us here on the GNAC Network.